XV and I talked about this before the show, and this is what I'm going to do. Okay. This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 360, recorded April 23rd, 2014. I am your host, Brian Kilby. With me this week, we have Melvar, Diecast, and Don. Gentlemen, how's it going?
Excellent.
Pretty good.
That's awesome.
Excellent.
Oh, that's awesome. So I'm here drinking my coffee in my Ninja Turtles mug. It's delicious.
Is it your Bay Turtles?
Oh no, it's
Next mutation.
No, it's the 80s Turtles. The Mirage, not the Mirage. What, the cartoon, the 80s cartoon, the CBS cartoon. Whatever you want to say. I don't know what's the proper way to describe those turtles.
Classic Turtles?
No,
original?
They're not original because that's the Mirage, that's the comic.
Well, that's more like original, not classic, because
I don't know. I'm certain.
G1 Turtles?
I'm certain the Ninja Turtles fandom. I'm certain the Turtles fandom has complicated ways of describing things like the Transformers fandom does. But
hey, John says classics is the official title.
Okay, that works. But I don't know it, so yeah, that would be something. I like the Ninja Turtles, but I'm not like butthurt over the movie.
It's Ninja Turtle fans are going to have to look at it like the Transformers fans did. It's a different version on the mythos.
But the thing, the Ninja Turtles fans have been kind of like the Transformers fans. They've been subjected to all these different versions of the characters for so long. They understand that it's different, I think. I hope. I think. Let's see here. Hey, a few things on the show this week. We have news. Q&A with Rob Springer, and we're also going to have This Week in History. Though, again, I wanted to mention to all those wonderful folks out there that have left reviews for us on iTunes, Stitcher, Zune, or wherever. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. If you haven't, it's like the super easiest way to help us out. Takes just a second. Just go, give us a review. It will help people find us. I try to do it for podcasts I like, and if you like us, do it. Takes a minute. I know how many listeners we have, and like it's a small fraction of the number of reviews. You know, the reviews are a small fraction of that. So I know you're out there, so help us out, please. If you take the time to listen to the show to download it, while you're downloading it, just leave us a review. It would be awesome. Actually. So we try to make the show available in different areas. I like Stitcher. I've been trying to listen to all of my shows on Stitcher. But I've been posting things to SoundCloud, but after using it for a couple months, I am discontinuing it. So if you listen to us on SoundCloud, I know a few people have mentioned that they like it because there's an app for Android and iOS. Try out Stitcher. Totally free. You can listen to us and thousands and thousands and thousands of other podcasts. Totally free, and it'll help us out because we're trying to get our Stitcher numbers up. Just SoundCloud really didn't work out for us because we just takes extra time to download, and there are often issues with if I play a clip from something, it'll bounce it out, and I have to go and remove it. It's just too much effort, so the juice wasn't worth the squeeze. So this is the last episode that we are actually going to post on SoundCloud. So I've got to go in and back out all of the podcast posts for the last few months to remove. So please help out tfradio.net/JD. So you guys, did anybody get anything this week?
No. No. Well, new battery for the truck, but that was about $100.
Jeez,
but I did see Whirl and Rhinox in stores.
Nice.
Actual brick and mortar Walmarts and Whirl at Toys R Us's. So they are hitting regular retail. So there you go.
That's awesome. I got a couple things. So this weekend I went to go hang out briefly with Ninja Dave from Nibulan Pirate Radio. And our Turtle Lair podcast. It's hard to say. Turtle Lair podcast. I went to go hang out with him. I got a chance to play with his Warden, and oh my god, I've not actually never touched it until this weekend. It's super premium. I kind of have to get it. But after that, I was already down south, so I went to Retro Reboot in Charlotte, which is ran by Jake Waller. We've had him on the show. He is part of the crew that runs Sharticon, the Transformers convention. But he also has a store, Retro Reboot, in Charlotte. Great store, love that place. And I ended up getting, finally, Optimash Prime. Seriously. I skipped it when it was on clearance. They had it for cheap, and I got it. I skipped on, and this is only because I didn't have a budget. I knew if I'd set a budget, if my wife had okayed it, I would have gotten it. They had the G2 Slingshot that I've been looking for forever.
Oh my god.
It was in one piece.
It was.
I know. It was hard for me not to buy that. That's the only piece I need to complete my G2 Superion.
I'll be honest though, Brian. G2 Superion, even combined.
I love it.
Just.
Oh man, I love it.
Is still Superion.
Yeah, that's.
I know, but it's the superior version of Superion. Dude, I know. I have G1 Superion, and I have G2 Superion minus Slingshot. I get it. But it's so garish and beautiful.
And it's probably better than what TFC did.
Yeah, it's beautifully hideous. I love it. I want it.
I'm wondering if they'll repaint that Uranus mold in G2 colors to try to compensate and get some more money out of the.
So what they should have done, I know it would have been probably cost prohibitive, but Slingshot should have been white plastic painted gold instead of gold plastic. So for those of you who don't know, G2 Slingshot is made of gold plastic. And all of the pieces to Superion, G2 Superion, relatively speaking, go for cheap. Except for Slingshot. Because there are not that many of them in the wild anymore. And
Because it's just like a black Zarak.
Yes,
oh, yeah.
Thank you, gold plastic syndrome.
Yeah, so it was cheaper than eBay, too. The thing about Retro Reboot, and I'm going to give them a plug, all their stuff is sub-eBay prices. And they do that, in part, I'm certain, to entice people to come in. Because there's something about the experience of shopping for cool stuff in person.
Yeah.
Like getting your hands on, like, you know, he had a, Jake was playing, Marvel vs. SNK, Evolution Online or whatever it was on the Dreamcast, and you know you could just walk up and play him, you know, and he like the stuff you can test, and it's a really cool place. So if you get a chance, if you're in the Charlotte or northern South Carolina area, go visit Retro Reboot. Just Google it. Like him on Facebook too. Also, and if I don't know, I've been fiddling around with the case that he goes with. I got KFC's Bad Bat.
And what are your thoughts on it?
The wiener.
The toy itself, not bad. And I got the version that came. It's not the version that came with what was it, Mugen Scope, or whatever it was called. It's the version that was packaged separately. He also comes with, so that you get a little more, he comes with a black repaint of Bad Bat. And Bad Bat, of course, is the KFC third-party, not Rat Bat. Is it cheaper than getting Masterpiece Sound Blaster? Oh, yeah. Would I rather have had Masterpiece Sound Blaster? Probably. I don't have Sound Blaster and Masterpiece Rat Bat to compare to. But the thing about Soundwave, like all of the cassettes, seem really nice and really Masterpiece-like. I mean, Soundwave is cool, but the really cool parts are the cassettes. And I get, it's like oohs and ahs when I get the chance to just sit and fiddle with it. I don't really get that same vibe from Bad Bat. I don't know. It just seems, he seems to be more on par with Ravage that came with Generations Hound instead of Masterpiece level. Not bad, but probably not worth asking price. My thoughts. None of you guys have him, right?
No.
Nah, Soundwave is just not a major character for me.
Yeah. Let's see here. Anything else going on? No. I guess that's it. Let's go ahead and jump to This Week in History. So, in 1996, Beast Wars premieres in the U.S. Congratulations, Beast Wars, you're an adult. legally in the United States. You can vote, and you can be drafted in. Well, we don't have a draft, but you could be drafted into the Army. How does that make you feel, Don?
Oh, I remember sitting down and watching it, and it's like, this is. I didn't hate they were animals. It just was so out of left field.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's like, is this our Prime and Megatron, or is it a different Prime and Megatron? Who's this hot rod cheetah guy? You know, why is Megatron saying yes at the end of every? You know, just. But if we didn't know then, watching that first episode, what that was going to do for the franchise overall.
Yeah, it changed everything forever in a good way.
Yes. I mean, honestly, I mean, as much as I love Generation 2, it did not do for the franchise what it needed to do. We got a lot of good concepts, a lot of good technical innovations, a lot of good molds.
Toward the end.
A lot of cat hump.
Cat hump.
Yeah.
Okay, Don.
But,
woo, Massey.
Yeah.
People listening to the podcast, Massey seems to be having some fun.
He's not. He's just laying on me for some reason. Are you comfortable now? Okay. Are your claws in? No, your claws are not in.
So in 2000, Beast Machines episode In-Game Part 2 premieres.
Only one away from the tournament would be over.
See, I don't remember Beast Machines at all. I do remember Beast Wars. I liked the show. I did not like the figures.
Beast Machines, I liked the second season quite a bit. The second season was really good. First season, I wrote a lot of parody fan fiction. Basically, it was a lot of running away from things, and that's pretty much what the first season of Beast Machines was just a lot
of bad explosions.
A lot of bad explosions. But for the most part, Beast Machines Season 2 redeemed itself. Of course, a lot of people didn't like the ending. Spoilers, there's a lot of green. But a lot of green smudge across the screen. But I think Beast Machines today is much more fondly remembered than it was in 2000. Because, of course, it immediately succeeded Beast Wars. But after, no offense to Robots in Disguise, but after Robots in Disguise and the Unicron trilogy, people sort of said, oh, Beast Machines wasn't that bad.
Oh, that thing wasn't bad after all. Well, now that we got this other thing that's not so great.
Well, for me, it was just basically what they did to some of the characters in Beast Machines compared to the build-up and the complexity in Beast Wars. So, damn, you're getting heavy. You need to get down. Come on.
Oh my God, Computron 2 said in 2000 he was 3 years old.
Oh wow.
God.
Not helping.
Now I feel old. That's...
Oh my God. Okay, so this week in history in 2014, Hasbro runs everything we can. No, I'm kidding. So this week we found out, jumping to the news, that Waves 3 and 5, right? Canceled, and will be resolicited.
Hey Brian, your audio just got lighter.
Okay. Yeah, I think I bumped something. Actually, no, Windows did that. Damn you, Windows. Okay, so basically, what we found out was that Wave 3 and Wave 5 were canceled, and will be resolicited. What do you guys think?
Why? I mean, I know there's already rumors because Crosscut is the one that is delayed, and they're not really giving a date on. So a lot of people had issues with their skids mold, and they think Hasbro may be pulling that figure to redo the mold or redo the tolerances. Also, people are saying maybe this wave has kind of been delayed because it got too close to our movie figures again. But I thought these were going to be mixed in with the movie figures.
They were supposed to be, yeah.
So I'm a little confused.
But I don't know if the packaging is going to be different. They might come in like different assortments. So
So they're going to be resolicited, and they will be available eventually. So what we found out is that, Crosscut is delayed to a later date. We don't know when. But the other guys, Rattrap and Tankor, are going to be... Are they immediately resolicited?
They're scheduled for June, which isn't too far away. I mean, it's almost the end of April now, so it's really like a month and a half.
Yeah, there's a lot of internet hate going on right now about this, and I understand it. I mean, I really do. Reason being, we've all, for the most part, have gone through a movie year. Sorry. And we know that things that are scheduled to be released about the same time that the movie starts, a lot of times those toys don't show up.
Yeah.
This year is supposed to be different because Hasbro was interspersing all of the Classics Generations figures with the movie line. So we fully expected these toys to show up with the movie figures. Doesn't look like it's going to happen exactly like that, so there's a lot of rage around it. And I get it. I really do, because on the drive home, I was reading my phone. My wife was driving. And I was like, ah! And she said, what's wrong? I'm like, waves 3 and 5 are canceled. To me, it seems like a big deal, but sitting back and taking a deep breath and thinking about it, we'll eventually get these toys.
Yeah, I think the biggest disappointment out of this is not really Crosscut. I mean, I understand if you're a Crosscut fan, but Scoria and Arcee being delayed, we haven't even seen them yet. So, I mean, there was anticipation that we were going to see them at BotCon.
And we already weren't getting them until September anyway, and they've been delayed even more.
Right. So there's a possibility we might, or Don might not even see these at BotCon.
So Don has a new question to ask now at BotCon.
Yeah,
Don's question to ask is, when are you going to release Generations RC?
No.
And will she be a headmaster?
No, I have been waiting. This will make 20 years. 19 out of 20 BotCons. I've been very polite. I've asked for quite a while. I have not asked for several years. They know the character is wanted, whether it's a headmaster or not. The character RC deserves a G1 themed, inspired. With all due respect to animated, love the animated figure, but it's not a Generations level, not a Generations mold design.
No, it's not. It's really not.
That's what I think the problem is. It is labeled as Generations and not labeled as a movie figure, which is what all the stores are going to be ordering.
So, what about, could it just be that they are taking some time and repackaging the toy? Not that the toy's already packaged, but putting them in a different packaging so they sort of fit in?
Do you think they could just do it in that movie packaging? I mean, that's kind of what I assumed when we saw the movie packaging for the Generations figures.
Well, they've done that before. Gosh, what's an example of something done? It was Dark of the Moon, I think. We got at least one toy that was basically a Generations toy. I can't remember which one it was, though.
It was the jet, wasn't it? One of the jets.
Don't remember, but I know they can and will do that.
Well, it also could be based on feedback from the internet, maybe some focus group testing that they may have done. It could be that they're seeing if they remix the waves, they have more of certain characters in those first couple of waves. They might make more money from the movie stuff with these characters being considered higher liked than what they thought. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
So that way they say, oh, this character is more popular than we thought. Let's go ahead and remix the waves and get more of those characters out first, so we'll make more money on the initial drop.
The only, maybe when they were presenting the case assortment to the retailers, the big box retailers, and they had a list of characters that were going to be in that wave, they were going, wait, that's not a movie character. That's not in the movie. This isn't a Dinobot or an.
That's a girl.
Yeah, that's a girl figure. We don't.
This is a Michael Bay movie. There are no girls in it.
So, Paladin's suggesting it might have been Revenge of the Fallen Bludgeon, which is possible. Probable, actually. But my God, that was Revenge of the Fallen and not Dark of the Moon. That was, what, 5 years ago? Jeez Louise.
Maybe they're delaying Arcee to make her a headmaster.
Not helping Doc, yes.
Probably not.
No, it's like I said in the pre-show. They found the memo that Aaron Archer sent out to everybody that says, do not make this toy for this one person. And someone hit resend, and they realized what they were about to do.
Yeah.
They probably have it posted on, like, one of those sticky boards that you have in the police office where it's all the wanted posters. It's like, do not make this figure, and it's got a big X through it.
Yeah, I got like the Ghostbusters symbol around my face or something. Like, no Don.
The universal sign for no.
No.
Or whatever. So, moving along, so photos surfaced this week of the prototype for Masterpiece Ultra Magnus. And the photo was originally looked like somebody's flash had gone off. But a better quality scan has surfaced today, I think. And it's online. And it looks nice. It really does.
I cannot wait to see it in color.
Yeah. So the question is, though, again, this or KFC?
Oh, this, without a doubt.
Well, I mentioned this on Twitter. I don't think everybody needs to start discounting the KFC mold because that all-in-one combined transformation that they were able to pull off does have its own charms. I'll admit, I'm still kind of on the fence about maybe getting one or the other.
Does it have a matrix? Because this has a matrix.
Yes. You can put MP10's matrix in Citizen Stack.
Yeah, so basically MP10 has to die, and then he can give his matrix to Stacks.
But
Citizen Stack does have an awesome name, though.
Yeah, and I believe it does have its own set of charms that I can see people choosing it. It's also suggested about $20 cheaper on average than what this will be.
Yeah,
so,
I'd like to hold one before I finally make the call. I mean, honestly, the toys both look really nice.
Yeah. Now, the only thing about MP10 to me, from from Ultra Magnus that I can tell from those pictures, it looks like the feet. Now, please correct me if I'm wrong. The feet remind me of City Commander armor. That it looks like it snaps onto the side of his smaller robot mode feet. So
it does kind of resemble that.
So
yes.
I don't know whether it's going to be like a Brave robot, because Melvar, like on Brave to a degree, your secondary character robot would usually explode into like 5 or 6 pieces and then reform around like Goldoran. The Leon would explode around and be like 5 different add-on pieces for Goldoran. So I'm wondering if Ultra Magnus's trailer just assembles like City Commander then reforms.
That's pretty much what it looks like.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I mean, I get what you're talking about as far as like the specific toys you're citing.
Yeah,
no
sorry.
idea.
Sorry. It basically it's just
it's out of my expertise.
Yeah, and then a lot of the Japanese series, your secondary robot that shows up later on in the show that becomes the power up usually explodes into multiple pieces and then reforms on the main character.
As armor.
You know what makes me a little bit nervous about this figure is look how far back the arms are. It kind of reminds me of my Titanium's figure, where his arm is super far back from where the rest of his body is, like his head and everything like that. So, I mean, just the way they have the arms posed, it kind of hides it.
It looks like that the actual shoulder joint is at the very back of the flap, because it looks like the hinge is right there in the front, and the back of that flap piece there is where the shoulder's at, and not like in the middle of the shoulder, not like you know what I mean.
I wish there was a way to slide the shoulder up so it's in line with the head. That's kind of bothers me about it.
Well, if you look at the vehicle mode, take off the missiles and mentally just fold the arms down like you would on G1.
It's like an IQ test. Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm listening.
It's because that's going to be the shoulders right there, and it's going to be below where the wheels would be on the smaller on the cab.
Right.
If you left the missiles on, the missiles would fold up under where the wheels are at. So that's putting his shoulders, like you said, way far back on the torso.
What does this Transformer look like unfurled? And select A, B, C, or D. That's basically what we're doing here. Hey, so I am debating on which one I want. I think both look great. I don't want both. But I am leaning toward Masterpiece. Well, for the most part, Masterpiece, they've been hitting a home run ever since the strikeout, which was Masterpiece Rodimus.
You know, also, well, I said this in the pre-show, scale has never been something I've been concerned about being a Transformer collector. But when they started this new attempt from MP10 on to have the scale there, I kind of want to keep it. But if you look at Citizen Stack versus MP01, it works.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know this. So do we know for sure what MP Magnus is going to cost?
No.
This said what, 198. I saw a translated bio and it said retail was about 198 to around $200 is what I heard.
Is that US or?
Yeah, that's
going to be retail equivalent. I'm certain it'll probably cost more when it's over here. Dang.
But it's also like I said on if they do a US version, if they can give us Soundwave and 5 cassettes for 120.
Oh yeah.
I can't imagine the Magnus being more than Soundwave.
Yeah, of course he can. That's how much they're charging. That's how much they're charging for Year of the Horse Optimus.
Yeah, I can see 150.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, if Soundwave in Japan and 5 cassettes, I said this a while back. If that can be converted into a set at Toys R Us for 120, if MP Magnus in Japanese yen does not cost more than what Soundwave and 5 cassettes cost, then they should be able to bring it over for around the Soundwave price of around 120 to 150.
If I can get it for 150, I'll take it, but I will probably import it. So I'm going to save up my pennies and buy it.
There's also the fact that waiting another 6 months to a year after it comes out.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I could see this showing up as a Toys R Us exclusive because it'll be easier since it's not a licensed vehicle.
But you have to ask yourself, do you want to take the chance, and do you want to wait?
No,
actually,
I don't. That's the bad part.
So actually, speaking of that, we have gotten confirmation that in the UK at least, Prowl is going to be released as a Masterpiece toy, and we actually have packaging already. It's pretty much the standard packaging for Masterpiece stuff now, but it's nice, and he is labeled MP04. Is that the numbering system that they're using in the UK? Assuming
that's here, the new one, isn't it?
No, because we're up to... He was...
Well,
Prime was MP10 here, so...
Was he sold as MP10? I don't have my box handy. I don't remember what he was sold as. I don't even remember there being a numbering system on the US packaging.
I have Soundwave right here. Let me check on Soundwave's box.
Now Diecast has a room of infinite holding.
Oh, my Soundwave box is obscured by some Beast Wars 2nd and Beast Wars Metals boxes. So
I have my Prime package right here, and I don't see a number on it.
Yeah. So hey, there's a numbering system now, and Prowl is MP4.
All right, Soundwave's US box does say MP02.
Okay, cool. So MP02 is Soundwave. MP03 is what? Year of the Horse Prime.
I have that right here too. Well, that's not U.S. That's not U.S. packaging, though. I
Okay.
don't.
So there is some vague numbering system that Prowl falls under. So we know.
No.
But yeah, so that's coming out. So my problem with that is, if you can snag the Japanese version for like $50 or $60, why wait? Because that's probably what that's going to cost.
Especially in the UK.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the box is nice. I do like the box. Just it's a little more dynamic than the Japanese box.
I'm sure the chat's telling me what. Okay, so GD Santero is saying the Acid Storm from Toys R Us is in P1.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
I still need to buy that. I want to buy it on clearance, though, so it'll probably be 30 years. But it's nice looking. So, this next toy that we learned about this week, yeah, so I want to like it.
Well,
but,
like it, Brian.
But
just like,
I really can't. So the next exclusive for the BotCon set is Cybertron Knight Ginrai. He is the 5th and final box set figure, and he basically is Fire Guts Ginrai.
Which for viewers who may not know, I happen to have mine right here. This is Fire Guts Ginrai.
Yeah.
This is him full of burning justice from the end of Master Force.
It's another Prime. It's that mold. And
I like the mold.
It's a good mold.
again,
I like the colors.
Well, now here again, something interesting is we may see Fans Project bring the City Commander armor back out for this.
that would be. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I need. Another use of that armor.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, for those who don't have that armor, or those who really enjoy that armor, that might make an interesting looking figure in the Fire Guts motif.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass. For me, the real winner is DevCon. I know most people are gonna say Scorponok, but for me, it's DevCon. Scorponok is nice. If I can't have both, I would settle for DevCon. The set. Before the show, we were talking. This is better than Wings of Honor. It's better than. I'm going to say it's better than Machine Wars. Agree? Disagree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's close, but it's that's about where I'm going to put it. I'm not better than Shattered Glass.
I think the theme is a little more coherent than what a lot of people were expecting, as far as from the whole Knights versus Pirates thing. I think that's worked out a lot better.
It has, but I still don't love it.
Again, we'll see a lot of people. They keep looking at the Stunnicon set, the G2 set, the Games of Deception set, and
I'm not crazy about the Stunnicon set. I should be, but I'm not.
It's just, I've mentioned this before in other venues. It's just we never know what they have to go through with hoops they have to go through.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure Takara says, this is what we're doing, and this is what we'll let you run.
Yeah, these are the molds that you have available to you.
Yeah, so for them every year having to go through those hurdles, picking what they can get under their budget to get heads done, to get remolds done, I think the lack of effort is definitely, people are perceiving a lack of effort that's not there. But we'll just never know the whole story behind that. But I think this set has turned out a lot better than a lot of people think.
The only figure I'm really not that crazy about is the first one we saw, the Cannonball figure. I mean,
yeah,
not crazy.
I could never have that and be fine with it.
So So we have Cannonball, Scorponok, Fire Guts Ginrai, DevCon. What was the fifth one?
Fracas,
Ferrax.
Ferrax, yeah.
Ferrax and Tornado.
Yeah.
I think they're all good molds. I like. Maybe I just like this one because of the coloring, but I think this is one of the best box sets that they've had.
I wouldn't have used Fire Guts Convoy as like the last reveal. I would have saved Scorponok for last, but
yeah.
Yeah, well, I think I mentioned this again last night to some friends. I think anything after Scorponok would be a letdown just because how much of the budget did they blow on the remolding and the headmaster gimmick for Scorponok? So there's probably not a lot of remolding, retooling money left in the budget after that. But it's
Now, Don, how much will this be if we don't go to BotCon?
It's going to if you're
The Iacon package is $395 for club members. $495 for non-club members.
So if you're a member of the club and can't go, you'll still get it for the regular price. You just won't get the attendee figure, whatever figure that might be. But you'll still get the basic box set and the comic and the pin or whatever they include with that.
So, Animated Plastic, Lauren said that, asked me if it was Revenge of the Fallen Mind Wipe, and I am pretty darn sure that's it. I had a vague recollection of that happening, and this is Mind Wipe, and it's a nice vehicle. So it's, obviously not Mind Wipe, but it's a vehicle version of Mind Wipe. So, sorry, going back to something that we talked about a few minutes ago. Who was it that said that they would have saved Scorponok for the last reveal on this? I think yeah, Melvar. I think that was probably a wasted opportunity, because you really want to.
It's a big figure. It's a headmaster. I mean.
You really want to
that's a pretty big reveal.
You want to end that on a high note. That's pretty much, you want momentum going into BotCon. Probably a wasted opportunity, and I wonder if it might show a disconnect with what FunPub's perception of demand is. I don't know. I definitely would have made Scorponok the last reveal. We don't know yet what the bagged figures are, do we?
No, we won't know that until the Wednesday before, when people start going to the customizing class and we start getting reports back. Unless some happen to show up on eBay beforehand.
I've got a pretty good idea that if they're doing this Knights thing, that Drift figure mold is going to come in somewhere.
Not bad. Yeah. Any other wild, rampant speculation?
I was guessing the Drift mold is Silverbolt. That way you get both knight characters.
I can actually see the Drift as being the troop builder. If they're doing Knights.
Just like regular, like regular troop knights.
Yeah.
I could actually see. Yeah. I could see Silverbolt though. The head, sort of, maybe a little modifying the face, extrude it out a little bit. I don't know. That'd be cool. I have no idea. These things always surprise me.
A running theory was the one of the other bagged items would be the Scorponok as Black Zarak, which I can see them doing with the amount of money that mold took. If they could get another run and have it as a Black Zarak, that would be kind of awesome.
Yeah. Or that could happen in a future set too.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
That's cool. Yeah. So BotCon, when is BotCon?
The weekend
End
of
of June.
Birthday.
End of June. So the BotCon pamphlet, the brochure, has been released with information, so we know a few things that we didn't know before, like confirm the price of the Primus package, $400. Any other big gets from this? I know there was a pretty big. I know the email came out a couple days ago.
I haven't had a chance to read it yet, to be honest. I haven't sat down and read it yet.
I don't think there's any major things revealed in the pamphlet that we didn't already know.
I remember something about the party was being held later than normal. Plus we get to go to part of the Universal ride as part of it, I believe.
Oh, cool.
I believe. Now again, I was just skimming a few things I saw, so I
saw something about that too.
Yeah.
So one thing that I found out today or yesterday, I don't remember, but I saw this posted. Age of Extinction Power Battler Junk Heap is coming out. That's going to be one of the simple transformation figures, but it is licensed by Waste Management. And I think this is the most awesome thing ever. I don't know why.
I wish we could see a robot mode in this.
I'm certain it's terrible, but the fact that it's, you know, it's not like a brand that you would expect to see licensed on a Transformer. Waste Management, for God's sakes.
And you know what? You know what would be even cooler, Brian? Almost as cool, maybe, if nothing else. They could redo this in Rattrap colors from GoBots.
Wow. I don't really expect to see many GoBots homages because nobody loves me.
But hey, we now have a garbage truck Transformer. It's only a matter of time now.
What do they consider a power battler now? Because we used to have the fast action power battlers. What's a power battler?
I don't know. I think it's is it a flip changer?
I can't tell where anything is on this thing.
You can see the torso sticking up from the top of the cab.
Yeah, but that's.
I thought those were the upper part of the legs, actually.
It could be either one. Obviously, but robot bits are showing up.
Yeah.
You know, is the head underneath the scoop in the back, or
yeah?
I want to get my hands on this. I want to put this on my desk. I really want this. I don't know why, but just
look at the paint. I mean, if this is even close to the right paint job on it, I mean, it's even painted nice, and it's a garbage truck.
Yeah, I love it. I really do.
And it looks like Hasbro paint because the green in the front of the dump truck and in the back of the dump truck are actually different shades.
A little bit, yeah.
Well, now that could be they're attempted at dirtying.
Yeah.
I think you're stretching it there, Don.
Okay.
Yeah, that could be it.
All right. Still want a Rattrap homage though.
So Takara has announced some of their 30th anniversary projects for Transformers. I don't know why I think this is important, but it's not like we haven't gotten a new mold for Optimus Prime or Convoy, but it's going to be a new Convoy mold, and I guess this is a pre-render that we have. It's a more modern vehicle. It's is it Hyundai?
It's a Hino.
Hino. But we'll get a new Optimus Prime based on that vehicle. That'll look cool.
It's interesting.
And you know, they've announced some other exclusive sort of stuff, like with Toys R Us. We are getting movie advance line at Toys R Us. That'll be out in May 16th, so just a month away. They'll have early access to those toys. There'll be an Age of Extinction Slug figure that's going to be painted like G1 Slag. That'll be part of it. And now a Super GT Optimus Prime will be part of the Mock Team series. Oh, that's the one. That's an actual racing car, right?
Yeah.
And so
now, is that just a recolor of the Alternity?
No, I don't think that's a toy. I think that's an actual car.
Oh, okay.
I don't think there's a toy based on that. There may be one eventually, but from what I read, it seems like that's actually going to be a race car that's Optimus Prime color. Think of something like NASCAR that has, I don't know, a Cartoon Network theme or something. Okay. So, I mean, that would be pretty cool. But, I mean, you know, it's nice to see that Takara is doing its own exclusive thing for 30th anniversary. Maybe we can get our hands on some of those. U.S. Eventually, maybe that Convoy will come out. Maybe not. I guess we all assumed that we would get, like, G1 repaints, but the fact that the Slug is a convention or an expo exclusive, it's kind of disheartening a little bit, because those are kind of hard to come by, aren't they? Those are pretty limited numbers.
Yeah.
Well, there is one possibility, Brian, with the Transformers Collectors Club and eHobby now working together.
True.
Something may come of that. I don't know. You know, Bluefin Distribution does a lot of the importing for Bandai's products, but we don't have that for Takara yet. So that's something we really could use as a Takara version of Bluefin that would bring in Takara exclusives to the United States, like Bluefin does for Kamen Rider and Super Sentai.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I would be totally fine with that, though. So I am looking for the news story. That's it for the official first-party legitimate stuff. But I'm looking for the story on Soar, which is the link in the show notes. The link doesn't work, so I'm just trying to pull this up quickly.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, here it is. So FT05, the Fans Toys Soar, Masterpiece Not Swoop, with red and blue variants. We got photos of that, and it looks really nice.
Yeah. I was so happy to see them teasing the other 3 Dinobots as well. Again, with their Grimlock too. Just because I wanted to keep the same aesthetics for the MP Dinobots, and seeing a Sludge and a Snarl just really gave me a sense of relief that at least they're planned.
Yeah, and Sludge is so boring. I do too, but the toy itself, he's a Brachiosaur. So
he was the first Transformer.
Oh, cool.
Literally.
The Patasaurus.
I thought the Patasaurus was bipedal.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I'm not a dinosaur expert.
He doesn't technically exist anymore, but I still want the toy.
No, that's Brontosaurus. That doesn't exist anymore.
Brontosaurus.
Patasaurus.
Yeah.
Oh, Brontosaurus.
Well, I thought none of them exist anymore. They're all extinct.
Funny.
But anyway, the neat thing about this toy is it's actually going to come with 2 sets of wings. It's going to come with silver painted wings and chrome painted wings. And then it's also going to come with like a little flight stand, so you can actually put him in dinosaur mode and just sit him on the flight stand.
Yeah, that's yeah.
And a lot of the places like Captured Prey, Chosen Prime, they're all running pre-order specials if you order it before, I think they said the end of May. So if you want to get this figure, if you're going to get all the Dinobots from Fans Toys, I mean, I'm kind of already in on the Dinobots. I ordered Scoria, and I already ordered Soar too. You might as well just order it right away in the beginning and get the pre-order discount.
Yeah, it's nice looking. I can live without it, but it's nice.
Well, I decided to do. I went and did a pre-order for the blue one because I have the small red swoop at the G1 Dinobot, so I thought the blue would be a nice counterpart to that.
I like the cartoon accuracy. I mean, that's what the first run of Scoria is going to be. It's going to be all cartoon accuracy, and obviously now they're giving you a quick render of both, but it's still not confirmed which one's going to come out first. If they're not coming out at the same time, it would probably be the cartoon version.
Yeah. We'll see. It's nice. It's very nice. And what's the price? $180?
It's pre-order, early pre-order, I think is $189, I think. But some places have it anywhere from $175 to $185 on early pre-order.
Yeah, I don't think I could do that.
No.
Yeah, not going to do it.
I mean, it's going to be so nice when you have all, 4, possibly 5 Dinobots from the same company.
Or maybe it might be even nicer when I still have that $1,000 in my bank account.
Shh. Well, this is going to be spread out over like 2 years, so.
And
with interest then.
Yeah. Well, see,
Thanks.
It's like y'all said a few months ago. What are the chances of Takara, with them not doing Grimlock scale figures, at least at this point anymore, getting the rest of the Dinobots in scale with Grimlock?
Pretty good chance.
From Takara?
Pretty good chance we're not going to get it.
Oh yeah.
It's a pretty good chance I think I just broke Bad Bat.
Laser Bat?
He's still just as good, even broken.
His head popped off. It's ball jointed, but it's really loose. I may have to apply
Gee, that's the problem with KFC, and I don't know how their Magnus is, but at least their cassettes, they're either too tight or too loose. There is no perfect.
Yeah, that's never being touched again. Okay, go ahead, Don.
No, I was going to say, the reviews I saw for Citizen Stack, I've heard good quality I've heard good things about the quality of the plastic.
Good. So let's go ahead and take a break. We are going to jump to Q&A with Rob Springer, and after that, we are back. Thanks, Rob. So, guys, anything else? I figured this was going to be a news-heavy show, so we had tons of stuff to talk about. Again, I want to invite you, if you haven't already, give us a review, iTunes, if you. So I'm trying to tweet more, and I've been, tweeting a little bit here and there. If you want to follow me, learn more about, what I'm eating for breakfast and what I'm thinking at work instead of about work. No, I'm kidding. You can follow me at BeatKilby, and you can follow Radio Free Cybertron and all of our shows on Twitter at TF Radio. Melvar's not on the internet at all. He's under the radar, but Diecast, you're out there, right?
Yeah. Yes, I'm on Twitter at Diecast2. Just sounds weird when you say you're out there, right?
You are.
I'm pretty out there.
Diecast is out. Yeah.
You're out there floating in space in the cloud, and
heading to the sun with no jet fire in sight to save me.
Yes, and Don.
I am on Twitter at HMRC for EVR because I'm going to be waiting forever.
Forever. Forever. Oh my God.
Forever.
Forever and ever. Okay.
That's forevermers.
So I guess that's it for Radio Free Cybertron for this week. Guys, thank you so much for being here.
Thank
Always
you.
a pleasure, Brian.
So for the fellas, I'm your host, Brian Kilby. We will be back next week. Have a good